Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you guys subscribe down below and put your guys' notifications on. So today I will be doing a story time of ... and I'm going to be choosing a story out of the 3 or 4 questions that I got or whatever, and I will be telling you guys at least like one story. So anyways, if you guys, before we get to this video, make sure you guys subscribe, like my video, and make sure you comment down below what was your guys' best part. So to start off, I'm gonna go with the first one. So somebody has said to expose FedEx. I'm not gonna expose them, but I will tell you guys a little story on FedEx because FedEx ain't beep. Anyways, so basically I started FedEx around, I think it was like March. I think it was like March. It was around March I started. And I got this call, and basically they told me to come in for orientation, this and that, and I thought they were gonna drug test me or whatever. And so basically I got the job, and then they took us on a little tour inside FedEx or whatever, and then they were telling us, like, you know, they were showing us like the unloading side, the loading side, and like the rules, and like the 3-eye contact, and all this other rules that that FedEx comes with. So basically they put me in the unloading side, and I give it like close to a month. I didn't even last. Like, I'm still working there, but right now I'm on workers' comp. So yeah, but anyways, back to the story. So basically this one time, the manager, how, you know, they basically, okay, so there's a spot called smalls. So basically they're like small trucks you just unload or whatever, and they like need like at least like 3 or 4 people with them, and so they'll pull you out of where you're at, your position, and then they'll tell you to go to smalls or whatever. And so I was getting on to the conveyor belt. The conveyor belt is where it's those belts where it carries the boxes or whatever. And so I was told that I was able to go on top of the conveyor belt as long as the conveyor belt was paused, like not going or whatever. And so I was gonna take the stairs. I don't know why or what was going through my mind, but I was like, you know what, like fuck it, like whatever, I'm gonna go take the conveyor belt. Hold on, guys. And so basically I was getting on top of the conveyor belt, and yeah, I was getting on top of it, and right when I had sat down, I like slightly hopped off, and my ankle just like gave out or whatever. And so like at first my friend was like, "Are you okay?" Like, cause he was right behind me, and I was like, yeah, I'm good, like whatever, right? And so then I get up, right? And I start walking, and then I'm like, oh shit, like no, I can't, like no, I'm not okay, like I'm about to pass out or whatever. Not pass out, but like I can't walk. Like I started getting this sharp pain. And so then what's it called, so then I sit back down right onto the stairs, because like I was already underneath the conveyor belt, like right by the what's that freaking, okay, so the conveyor belt's right there. Underneath is like these little steps, right? So I was sitting on the steps. And so, what's it called? My friend was like, no. So then one of the managers was like, oh, like, you know, call blah, blah, blah. We have like, you know, they were telling the managers that I got hurt. One of the employees got hurt. And so they come to me and they're like, are you okay? Are you okay? Like, and I look at them and I'm like, do I look okay? Like, you know, like I'm literally like, do you guys have water or something? So I had my iced tea like right on by me or whatever. And so I started drinking it because I started feeling hella lightheaded. And so then what's it called? I started drinking it, and like finally I was okay or whatever. Like I felt like a little bit better, but my ankle was in so much pain, dude. Like, oh my god. And they had the nerve to ask me, can I walk to the office? Are you serious? Can I walk to the office? Do you guys not see my ankle? It's like a baseball. It's like a baseball, literally. Like, I was so mad. So I was pissed. Like, so then I looked at him and I was like, I can't walk all the way over there. You guys better get like something to carry me, or one of you guys better carry me like out, like, you know? And so the guy, like, he was hella buff, like, or whatever. So I was like, okay, he got muscles, you know, he can carry me or whatever, you know? And so he was pretty cute too. So I was like, okay, I'll be carried by, you know, a cute guy. Okay, you know? And then, we get like halfway to the office and he goes, you're heavy. How much do you weigh? I'm like, excuse me. I'm like, are you even supposed to, like, that's kind of rude to be like telling me that. And so then, I told him I only weigh 140 or 130. It was like 140, 130. And so he was like, damn, girl. So I was like, you know what? Just drop me. Like, just like, let me go. Like, stop carrying me. I'll hop the rest of there. So then I hop all the way to the office. And so the guy was like, are you sure? And I was like irritated. So I just ignored him and I was like, whatever. So then I go to the office or whatever, sit down. They ice my ankle or whatever, right? Dude, they should have sent me to the emergency from that day. Like, they literally should have sent me there because my ankle was like a freaking fat baseball, dude. Like, it was so bad. So then they carried me out. Well, they had me sitting there for about 2 hours or whatever, just sitting there. And like in FedEx, you can't have no phone, no nothing, unless you're like the manager or whatever, like you're up higher or whatever. They can take your phone in, but as a package handler, you're not supposed to have your phone. So I was just sitting there in the office, just looking around, like, you know, and hella people were asking me, like, are you okay? What happened? Blah, blah, blah. Every time I would tell them a story, I would start breaking down crying because I'd feel hella bad. Like, you know, I'm like, dude, I just literally, like, I started this job and, like, you know, and it wasn't even my fault. I was going to go take the stairs and the freaking manager was like, oh, just take the conveyor belt for the shortcut or whatever. So I was like, okay, that shouldn't be, you know, nothing should happen or whatever. You know, I wasn't thinking of that. And so then, you know, I kept telling people or whatever what happened. And then I got tired of it. And I was just like, I just felt like, you know, my ankle gave out or whatever. And so then they're like, well, are you okay? Like, do you think you can go home? Like, or do you feel like you should go home? Do you think you should go to the hospital? This and that. And so I was just like, no, at that point, I was just like, dude, I want to go home. Like, I just want to freaking go home and ice my ankle myself. Like, I could be doing this all by myself. Like, I could take myself I could have my mom or somebody take me to the ER or whatever, right? And so I didn't, but I went home and I iced my ankle or whatever. Long story short, they ain't shit, bro. Like, FedEx is not shit. Like, I've heard so many stories. I met this girl when they carried me out in the front of FedEx. They carried me out. And so this girl I met at FedEx, she was telling me, we started texting. I started getting her, tongue twist. So I got her Instagram or whatever, and then we started just like talking hella or whatever, and like she told me her experience or whatever, and like how they treated her like shit or whatever, and I was just like, dude, like FedEx is not shit. And she was like, it really isn't. Like, so like, yeah, you know, I'm on workers comp right now, you know, I'm not being lazy, you know, I keep myself productive. Like, I make sure I'm active. Some days, you know, I'll wake up and I'll just be lazy, not wanting to do anything, but most of the time I have to get out the house. Like, I have to make sure I'm active, because if not, I will be in bed a depressed bitch, like dead ass. So yeah, that's the story of FedEx. All right, next one. I'm gonna get to this one. So the first time of me getting high, oh my god, dude, you guys are gonna start laughing. Okay, so basically I started smoking like around 14, 15. Not saying for you guys to start smoking at that time. Do not do it. It's not good for you. I mean, in my opinion, it is, but it's really not for younger kids. At least wait until you're like a little older, or, you know, if your parents consented, then, you know, you could do it. But other than that, I don't recommend to start at that young age. It's just, I was crazy when I was young. So I started smoking like around 14, 15 years old, right? And so then basically my sister, no. I was cool with my homegirl Ness and my friend Lexi before she moved. I was always with them. They would always pick me up from my house or whatever, and we'd go do some stupid shit or hang out with, you know, my friend's cousin or whatever, her friends or whatever. And so this was my first time. So like we went to her friend's house, right? Her cousin's friend's house. And like it was so funny because she was like, like I want to smoke hella bad, because you know our friend, you know, her cousin would always smoke in front of us. So we were like hella curious on how it would feel to be high. So then our first time was on a bong. Like we hit out of a bong. And so like, what's it called? It was so funny. She was like, come on, Alyssa, like, let's hit the bong. Like, let's just get high, like, for the one time. Like, let's just do it, like, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, all right, fuck it, like, whatever. And so, oh my God, we got so high, dude. Like, we had the munchies. We was, like, enjoying life. Like, it was so fun. Like, to be honest, like, if you ever smoke for the first time, make sure you guys are around good vibes. Like, you guys are not around, like, weird people, like, that just act hella like trippy when they're high. It's not gonna be a fun experience. I will tell you guys that right now. So then I'm gonna tell you this other story before I move on. But so my sister had came over to my old house, my mom's old house, and like my mom didn't know I was smoking back then. And so like, you know, she came over, she spent the night or whatever, and like I told her, I was like, hey, like roll up or whatever. And she was like, all right, it's good, like where are we gonna smoke? I said in the backyard, like we can smoke in the backyard. And so when she rolls up or whatever, my brother's there, and he's like, oh, you guys are gonna smoke? I said, yeah, we're gonna smoke in the backyard. And I was like, I'm just waiting on mom to fall asleep or whatever, because we'd always smoke whenever my mom go to sleep. And so we go into the freaking backyard, right? And my brother's playing the game, and then he comes outside to smoke with us. And like, oh my God, I swear, like my friend freaking calls me, right? And we're done with the blunt or whatever, and I'm high as shit. Like, keep in mind, I'm high as shit. Bruh, oh my God. I get on the phone, right? And they go inside. And I'm thinking that they left the sliding door open, right? I'm like on the phone and I turn around and like, you know how when you guys see a sliding door and it's so clear it looks open? I freaking ran into that, dude. Like, it was so funny. I ran straight into it. My brother and my sister, that's all you see is their asses laughing. And I was like, bruh, like what the fuck? Like I just ran into the whole thing, like at the freaking sliding door. Like, are you serious? And so they were cracking up, and my mom comes out and she goes, what was that noise? And I was like looking at them, and we were cracking up, bro. Like, it was so funny. And then they were like, Alyssa ran into the sliding door, this and that. And I was like, oh my God. And so the instant, my mom has like a good smell, and so she was like, why does it smell like weed in here, and blah blah blah, did you guys smoke? And she started going off, and I was like, no, like what? I just ran into the door. I couldn't hide it, bro. I eventually told her, and like she was like, you guys know, she started going off, and I was like, oh, blame them. Like, I honestly thought that I was freaking, the door was open. Like, it looked so clear, dude. Like, I really thought that the door was open. So yeah, that happened, and that was freaking so embarrassing, dude. So I'm gonna do one more story before I stop this. Nessa, if you're watching this video, you're gonna start cracking up because I'm about to expose myself. All right, so first time getting drunk. Man, oh my gosh. Okay, so it was my friend's, I think it was her, if I'm not mistaken, it was her 21st or it was her 18th. I don't recall. It was that long, but I do not recall. I remember we were at her grandma's house though, and her grandma had left because the grandpa wasn't there, and she went to go do her little thing while, you know, we were here having fun or whatever. Now my sister's there, right? I bring my sister, and so I didn't know she was gonna be that much of a bug, like, to me. Like, I honestly, like, I got so irritated, dude. And then I was the first one to get drunk. So we were just chilling or whatever. I guess I was the first one to start taking hella shots, right? Like, I started taking shots, and then I started being like constantly. And then my sister was like, Alyssa, you need to slow down. And I was like, no, like, what the fuck? Like, I don't need to slow down for shit. Like, you guys want to take a shot? Like, come on, let's take a shot. Like, you know. And I was over here like, come on, who wants to take a shot? I ended up instantly regretting it. But so then after that, yeah, I started feeling like real like dizzy, lightheaded, and like I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I don't even recall when I blocked out. But then Nessa, my homegirl, she was like, hey, like my grandma's coming back, you guys need to act normal, blah blah blah. And so I'm like, okay. So I sit on the couch in the living room thinking that I'm okay, like I'm gonna get through this, blah blah blah. Bitch, no, I didn't get through that. I ruined that whole party, dude. Like, I fucked up, like, I really did. But what's it called? I was sitting on the couch. Her grandma comes in, and like, you know, literally right when she comes in, I'm sitting on the couch, like I'm right here, and she's coming in. Literally right when she passes me, I'm trying to hold it in because I can feel myself like literally about to throw up. I was like, fuck, like if I throw up right now, she's gonna know I'm drunk. So I'm trying to, like, you know, cover myself or whatever. I couldn't, dude. Like, I threw up. Like, literally, it was so bad, bro. It was all over the freaking carpet and everything. Her grandma goes, oh my god, like, were you guys drinking this and that? And I was like, oh my god, I blacked out. I don't even recall. I remember some parts. I remember when they were trying to, like, take me a bath or whatever, and I was crying about my dad, and like, oh my god, that night was just so messy. And then my sister didn't even help because, like, she was just ruining it more by telling me, like, she was getting mad at me. She was like telling me that, like, everything was my fault, this is not, I need to go to sleep, blah blah blah. Like, she was just ruining everything for me. And so then they laid me down on the freaking floor, because you know how when the floor feels better and you're drunk as fuck and like it makes you feel a little bit better. Well, yeah, they laid me on the floor, and like, yeah, that was my experience. That was hella embarrassing, because I was like, bruh, like, I just ruined her party. But yeah, you know, Nessa, if you see this, you know, shout out to your ass, because you was there, and you was there to help me, and Lexi too. So y'all some real ones. My sister couldn't even freaking take care of my ass because she got hella irritated. I was like, girl, what? I'm like, what? I know I fucked up and I ruined the whole party, but damn, like, you did not have to put me down even more, like, you know. But yeah, so that is the end of my video. It's a very short video. I want to do more, but I will probably do that tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys comment down below what was the best story that I had told, because 2 of those stories were funny as fuck. But yeah, make sure you guys subscribe and share my video, please, 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 please. And for all the people that have been supporting me lately on my journey, thank you so much. You guys are real ones. And I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.